All right, welcome to the garden. Stay phone Adel. We're here at the tomato plants in the garlic patch next to these two giant potato experiments. You see some potato flowers shooting out on this one, and that means they're almost done. Eventually, the potatoes will just fall over and die. All these plants, anyways. And then basically, got potatoes for 10 days after that. So, getting close to the potato experiment being over. But today we're talking about tomatoes. We just got to tie them up, maybe cut off some leaves. But first, I don't know if you can see it, but I got way too much clover in there. I do like to cultivate the clover because it helps, but we have way too much, so I'm just going to slice them out, and I'll be right back. All right, that's all done. And you can see how big clover it gets if you let it grow. It gets pretty big. I'll just double check for 4 leaves here. I don't see any. No lucky 4-leaf clover on that one, but we'll find one eventually. Like I said, I've already found 3. Just growing these things. So get rid of that, throw in the compost, good stuff. And I try to take all of them down right at the soil level, so this keeps all the roots in the ground. That way it'll keep all the goodness in the soil. That's what you want, the nitrogen fixing from the clover. So next I'm just going to bring you in close, show these tomatoes, show you what I've done to them to tie them up, and basically show you what I'm going to do today. So let's get to it, and we'll kind of zoom in a little bit, shall we? All right, see you there. All right, it's not the best angle, but you can see this tomato here. It's getting pretty big. The air conditioners, we got an air or window unit, so it like drips. So the drips fall right close to this one. So it's getting bigger than the rest. And we got to chop off some of these branches real quick. You see, I've already done some tying to it because it kind of fell over in the wind earlier. So I was like, I better tie that up now. But we got to chop some of these branches here because they're getting a little too close to the other plants, especially this garlic and this other tomato here. Just going to slice a few off real quick. Just going to go like this. Slice. And it looks kind of cruel, kind of mean. But we just gave food yesterday. And we kind of need to do this so it doesn't touch these other plants here. And get holes in it from probably the flea beetles or something. I don't know. Anyways, we do that for more airflow as well. So now the plant will be angry at first, but healthier in the long run. So now that's done. We got this branch shooting out here that we don't really want. It's a sucker that got away. I'm honestly just going to leave it. Looks like the sucker has a sucker, so I'm going to slice that off right about here. Cut that off. We don't need 2 suckers. And this right here you could plant in the dirt and get another tomato out of it, but by the time it grows, season will be over, you won't really get too many tomatoes out of it. So I'll just clean up all this. It's tied up good enough. I'll just clean up all these branches I cut off, and then we'll move to the next tomato plant. All right, here we got the second tomato. This is one of the blueberry ones. This one just needs a quick tie up and maybe some suckers plucked off, like this one here. That one down here. Oh, there's another one. Just put those little suckers off. We don't want those. We got our string. Just give a little tie up. Just doesn't fall over. Doesn't have any fruit on it yet. But there's little flowers shooting out there. Could get some soon, maybe. So now we'll just tie it off. So we might slice off a few of these lower leaves. We'll take a look, see what it looks like. I used way too much string this time. No, not. It's just as easy. All right, there we go. Now we cut out these long bits. So I don't need those. And I might cut some of these branches too down here. 1, 2. And provide more airflow for the plant. And it's pretty much done. Next we'll move on to the next one and see what that one looks like. On to the next one then. All right, this one here is the Brandywine Red. It's getting pretty big too. Not as big as the other one, but it's doing pretty well. Let's just check for suckers real quick. Don't see any. So what we'll do is come through and slice out the lower branches and then give it a quick tie up. So just come through, cut these. Oops, I missed it. And this one here. So cut those. Give it a bit more airflow. Butterfly likes it. Now I'll give it a quick tie up. I already did some tying up here, but I'm going to keep them tied up so they don't fall over. I'm trying to use so much string this time. Actually, I could use string from last time, maybe. It's long enough. Save the string. Let's get in close here. I want to avoid these flower nodes, or whatever you want to call them. Flower thingies. So it's tied above it. And keep it close to the stake, but it doesn't have to be too tight. Not yet. And then cut off the excess. Boom. Alright, that's trimmed and tied up. I guess we can move on to the next one. This kind of right here. I can just move the camera a bit. Just like this. Like this. Yeah, there it is. It's a nice side garlic. You see this one here? It's another one of the blueberry tomatoes. Put two of them in right next to each other, kind of. Well, that one's over there, but you know what I mean. So just do a quick slice and dice. This one can stay. Now, if you notice the dirt here, it's kind of like the mulch has been washed away. So the rain falls here, blows all the dirt and mulch away. So this is a tough spot here for plants to live in. There's a lot of rain coming down, so that's maybe why it's doing so well. Actually, it's just about as tall as the other one. But the other one I had to replant because a squirrel dug it up or something. Anyways, we'll just give this one another tie and then move on to the next. Butterfly, you're in my way. Come on, butterfly. I need to tie this knot. Alright, it's good enough. It can be nice and loose at this point. The plant's not too big. I just don't want it to fall over in strong wind or when it gets rained on from above and blows the mulch away. Alright, that's another one done. Now we can just move on to the next ones and we'll get it all finished up. Alright, this big one here is another Ponderosa pink, like the first one we were tying up. We got all our tools here. That's all we need, really. And then first I'm going to check for suckers. If you don't want no suckers, there's one right there. Slice that out. Poor job of it, but that's okay. You don't want no suckers. Okay, next we'll slice off the bottom of these. So. And this one too. And this one. Leave that back one, that's fine. You see this one's got a lot of flowers on it. Should be producing a lot of tomatoes soon. And I tied this one up with some of this velcro tie stuff. Since you're working pretty good, I'm just worried about the tomato being injured by it or something like that. So we're just going to leave that one now. It's pretty much done. And move on to the next one. I just want to get this tomato leaf off my other plant. There we go. And yeah, you see it's got some holes in it, probably from the flea beetles or something. I'm not too sure. Who knows? Gotta see if I can just switch the camera again. I'm just going like this. Oh, there's another one. Oops. Move down. Hey. Alright, there's the tomato. This one's another Brandywine red, like the one we dealt with before, but this one's a lot smaller. I put it in a bit later. Just quickly slice this off. Get out of the way. Onion's in the way. Alright, slice that off. That little one can stay. This one's pretty small still. It got really attacked by the flea beetles, it looks like. And the rain came down right there. It's right about here. Really hard. So this guy's not happy most of the time, so we're just going to tie it up really quick. Bit of string. Like so. Did I use enough string? I didn't use enough string that time. Okay, let me try again. So I got a big roll of string. Take two. Tying string. So at this point, it doesn't have to be very tight. We just want to keep it upright and not falling over. Kind of a bit close to the stake, but it doesn't have to be super tight to the stake quite yet. Not until it gets bigger. Boom. That's all done. Doesn't look like much now, but there'll be lots of tomatoes there soon. Just fix that up a bit. Whatever. Yeah, it's pretty good. We can move on to the last one. Giant tomato experiment. All right, here it is. The potato, or not potato experiment, that's the other one. Tomato experiment. This one we're trying to get the tomatoes to grow up and over this hoop trellis. I mean, you know it's possible. Probably not. And I let some suckers get away on both of these tomatoes. There's 2 in here. That's why it looks so crowded. This one's shooting at tomatoes already. Maybe the other one is too, I can't quite tell. We're going to do the same thing as we did with the other tomatoes. Look for suckers, slice off some leaves, and then tie them up if they need it. Which, I don't know, they may not. Doing pretty good here. But so far, no suckers on this one. Maybe a little tiny one. It's so small. Yeah, some small ones. Alright, we got them. So now we're just going to slice off some of these lower leaves, like we did before. No more airflow for these guys. And like some of these leaves look like they've been overwatered, underwatered. These 2 tomatoes in here, it's kind of hard to keep watered properly. It's kind of part of the experiment, I guess. So far it's going all right. Like I said, they're popping up tomatoes, so that's good. We just want more tomatoes. So that's enough down below. We got nice airflow down below here. You can see chopped up basically all the lower leaves. Now I just might slice off some that are kind of competing with each other, going across. Oh, there's another sucker I missed. Double sucker. Why are they shooting out 2? Alright, let's see. Yeah, I don't see any more suckers. The competing leaves aren't too bad. There's one here, but it's not too bad. We'll leave them. We'll leave them. So basically, if any of these, like this one here, kind of coming across straight to the other plant, I'll just slice that off. And there we have it. For this one, I think I'm going to use some of that tape. I left it inside. It's like kind of like Velcro tape. Might as well go grab it and show you. Let's throw these in the compost here. Compost! I don't know if you can see that. It's my compost bucket. Just throw all the dead plant matter in there. And then it rots, and then I can basically use it for compost. Oh yeah, right, I'm back. I was going to go get that tape, Velcro tape, and Velcro some of these to the thing. Be right back. Alright, this is the stuff I was talking about. It's kind of like rolled up, Velcro thingy. You just peel it off. You can cut it, like so. Slice it off. And then there's like a fuzzy side and a Velcro side. So I'm going to put the fuzzy side towards the tomato, wrap it around the post, and then just Velcro it together. Easy peasy. So do that again for the other side. And that should hold it. This is my first season using this stuff, so I'm not 100% on it. I'm just hoping this fuzzy stuff does not damage the tomato itself, but that's yet to be seen. That's why I haven't used it on everything. That's why I used a string. Because I know the string, I've used the string a lot. Maybe too much in the past. Too much string everywhere. But now we're using this Velcro stuff. If I can get around the pole and the tomato without ruining anything. There it is. I'll Velcro it up. Now these other suckers I'm going to leave because like I said, I lost track of them. Actually, this is the sucker, and this is the regular one. Whoops. Anyways, we're just going to leave it because this way we'll get more tomatoes, basically. Mistakes happen in the garden. You can't get every sucker, even if you try. I mean, I got most of them on the other tomatoes. I missed 3. And they grow into this giant vine of tomato and shoot at their own flowers. And yeah, it's pretty cool, actually. It's an interesting plant. But like and subscribe if you like tomatoes, because I showed you. Hopefully these go into big, juicy ones. All right, I'll see you later.